Just want to show you my arm wrestling machine that I invented, make, and sell myself. Start with the hand pegs with 36 inches apart. The tabletop's 40 inches high. The elbow pad is 7 by 7 by 2 inches thick. I tried to make everything according to WAF specifications. Now for some of the other things, the frame is all solid steel. Everything's welded together. It's solid. It's not going to move when you're working out on it. That's why I welded everything together. I didn't want anything to be loose on this. The total weight of the machine is 330 pounds. I use diamond plate on top, which is 12 gauge, about 1/8 inch thick. And I'll talk a little bit more about it now. Some of the other unique features I have on it. On the hand pegs, I have them sitting in bearings, so now when you're practicing, you can actually take a good grip and let your hand turn as you move across the table, left side or right side. I have these big rollers on here now, which is the same thing I have on my arm wrestling table, just like these. The nice thing about the rollers is they're 24 inches wide, 2.5 inches thick, and they're solid rubber. They're mounted on bearings. So now if you're one of those guys that like to use your body weight when you're exercising, you can actually just roll on down, just grab the handle and just pull on down if that's what you want to do. Or else some guys that like to slide across and use your body weight, just slide across here. Even if you have your belt buckle facing this part, it's not going to hurt a thing. These are definitely heavy duty. I moved the weight stack a little bit further back now, so now you can put your feet underneath the machine if you want, at least a little bit further back. This whole area here is more opened up. I'm going to show you in a second what the bottom part of the frame looks like. I have a 150-pound weight stack on here, and you'll notice on here I have some pegs on here too, so if the 150 pounds isn't enough, you can put on at least 100 pounds more weight on the stack if you need to. And they're 1 inch thick, solid steel, welded onto the weight plates. And on the cables here, I use a heavy-duty cable. I have 2 turnbuckles on here, which are really easy to adjust. That way, if you have to adjust the cable, if the cable starts getting a little loose, which they usually do, you just tighten up those turnbuckles real quick and you're all set. And all these pulleys on here are all solid steel with heavy-duty replaceable ball bearings on them. And then I have a total of 17 bearings on this machine. I wanted this thing to be smooth. Now I'll talk a little bit more about the function of the machine. This machine has back pressure, which is this cable right here. It's connected directly to the weight stack. So as you increase your weight stack, your back pressure increases. Plus, the way this is designed, you have back pressure throughout your entire motion of the machine. And I have 4 different adjustments on there. So if you decide you want even more back pressure, you can take this quick link off, which is easy enough to do, and put it up on a higher hole, which will give you even more. So right here you have about 30% of the weight stack for back pressure, but if you put it all the way up here, you'll have about 50 or 60% if you really need that much. Right now with this spot here, that seems to be about average for most guys. Now this machine has side pressure. This pulley right here is handmade, but then everything on this machine is handmade by me, including all this. This part here, just everything is. So when you start off, say with 50 pounds on the weight stack, that is exactly what you have in this handle right here, is 50 pounds. I designed that pulley specifically for that. So you start off at 50, that's what you're going to have. The resistance is 50. Then at the same time, I've designed this as a cam effect. So by the time you get it down to the bottom, it's going to be about 60 pounds. And this machine is designed for left hand or right hand use. This handle has the specific angle, which is exactly what you need. If the handle's straight back here, you'll eventually start having wrist problems. So you have a slight angle here, which is what you need, plus this angle right there. And because the way I have this pin designed, whether it's left hand or right hand, you have the correct position that you need for your hand. Then at the same time, I have 4 different slots in here, so you can move the handle up or down for people that have different length arms. Right now, I'm 5'11", so the second hole seems to be about right for me. Now, to go to my grip. This is a very unique grip. Guys wanted a bigger grip, so I made a bigger grip, and then I put a torsion spring inside of this. So if you want to work your wrist all at the same time, you can. You can torque this up, make it as tight as that you want, then grab it, and perform your exercise. And this torsion spring can be spun either way. So whether it's right or left hand, you can torque it up, get yourself a good grip on it, then exercise. All 3 of these things, your back pressure, side pressure, and this torque handle, all work in harmony with each other. There's not another machine out there that I've ever seen that can do all 3 of these things. Also on this, I have a solid steel jack shaft here, which is 1 inch thick with 2 heavy duty bearings. I have 3/4 inch steel jack shaft here with heavy duty bearings. Everything on here is welded together, like I was saying, just like the frame. It's solid, it's meant to last a long time. And even over the last couple of weeks, I've made some design changes. I've improved on this, I've improved on this, I've improved in this area. This machine's only been out for a couple of weeks. This is my newest model. And a lot of the ideas I've come up with this basically are from other arm wrestlers. I talk to people, I've had it at tournaments, I listen to what people say. They don't necessarily tell me how to make it, they just tell me what their complaints are or what they would like to see. So I do a lot of thinking, I come up with ideas, I try them out. If they work, I put it on my finished product. If they don't work, I just kind of put them on the shelf for now, and maybe for the future I'll work on them some more and try to perfect them. But right now, this is my latest model. Like I said, right hand or left hand? That's about it.